Okay, let's get going. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Attention Training Tuesday. So I thought, uh, yeah, we do some practicing around this idea of attention. So here's a cool quote by Alan Watts. The ego is nothing other than the focus of attention. I think what he's getting at here is this phenomenon, which is everything that we experience subjectively is the result of where our attention goes. So if I'm focusing on this versus that, well, the this is what creates my emotions, my thoughts, and so on. If I start to focus on that, then that whole picture changes. And yeah, so there's lots of different types of attention, and I thought today we could practice just noticing what it feels like to activate those different types of attention. So, a quick summary here. Usually, when we think of attention, I think the term for that is executive attention. So, there's a specific problem I'm trying to solve. I need to, call PG&E because the bill that I just got in the mail is wrong, and I need to talk to someone. And if there's a specific thing that I'm trying to accomplish, and so I focus my attention on here's the phone number I need to call, here's the issue I need to bring to their attention, and then hopefully I can work that specific issue. So that's executive attention. Then when I'm actually on the call, I need what's called sustained attention. So now I'm working that specific problem. I need to stay with it. So they're going to throw all kinds of things at me and say, oh, well, this happened in your bill and you're signed up for this program and so on. It's like, no. I need to keep my sustained attention on the thing that I'm trying to address here. Then there's also this kind of attention, alternating attention. So I love this picture. Those of you that are parents know this well. You're doing a million different things. You're trying to help your kids with their homework, and meanwhile you're on hold with PG&E, and right, so you're getting pulled in all kinds of different directions. So the ability to focus on sort of alternating between one thing after the other while not losing the thread of the initial task or the problem that you're trying to activate. That's alternating attention. And then related to alternating attention is also this selective attention. So the ability to, I just help my daughter with her homework while I'm waiting, for the account person to return on my PG&E call. And now there's all these text messages that are showing up. So my ability to just filter out the stuff where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to choose where I want my attention to stay. So selecting where I want my attention to be, that's selective attention. And then related to that is also this thing called divided attention. So I'm at the stop sign. It's a four-way stop sign. There's all these cars going in different directions. And suddenly a song starts playing on the radio that music that I really don't like. I find it really distracting. So, this capacity to attend to several things at once, we call it divided attention. So I'm just sharing all of these with you just to make the point that, attention is pretty complicated, and it's so vital to determining our subjective experience. So the ability to direct our attention in a way that's helpful for us in any given moment is a pretty key skill to be able to cultivate. So let's explore that for a few minutes. So close your eyes. And just focusing attention on the experience of inhabiting your body in this moment. So noticing any sensations in the feet, lower back, pelvis, spine. This is what it's like to focus attention on sensations in the present moment. This is what it's like to be you, sitting, breathing, being in this moment. Again, there's no right or wrong or good or bad in any of this. It's just, yeah, this is what it's like right now. And we're able to discern what it's like to be this right now because we're focusing our attention on noticing. And now see if you can bring to mind a situation. So something along the lines of what I just described earlier. You get the PG&E bill or the Comcast bill, and you're looking at it going, "This makes no sense." And so just notice what it's like to focus attention on this quote unquote problem or this task. Notice what it's like to flex your executive attention. I'm choosing to look at this thing, make sense of it, figure out what needs to be fixed or solved. Just feel into the sensation of what's it like to activate this kind of this flavor of attention. Now, based on this problem that you're trying to solve, notice what it's like to engage in the problem and then sustain the attention on this problem as you're trying to solve it over a period of time. So it might mean that you picked up the phone, maybe you're writing an email, but you're paying attention to this thing over a period of time. It's related to the executive attention part, that initial activation, but now there's sort of a different flavor to sticking with it. And maybe while you're in the middle of this, the doorbell rings, the dog starts barking, something else gets activated that's important. So now notice what it's like to factor those other important things into your experience of attention. I'm still focused on trying to solve this problem, but I also need to pay attention to some of these other things that are important. It's really easy to get distracted in this moment, feel frustrated, annoyed, irritated. These are diversions from the original task that I set out to do. They're also important for me to pay attention to. Just notice what that probably a very familiar sensation. And then notice the part of you that is selectively choosing what to focus on at the expense of other things. Wait a second, I'm on hold. Or I just spoke with the representative and they just put me on hold and now there's this other thing happening. but I'm going to choose to select staying with the original task. I don't want to lose the thread. I don't want to lose the effort I've already put into this. Choosing to filter out some of these distractions. But you know what? Maybe there's a text message or something that happens that is, in fact, really important. It's a message from your spouse or a friend whom you haven't heard from in a while. So now you're texting this friend while you're still on hold, trying to maintain focus on sort of not losing the thread of the conversation that you want to have with the person on the phone, but you're also activating some other part of you that can respond to something else at the same time. And then hopefully they're back on the phone. You're back in sort of the thread that started this whole thing where you picked up the phone and called and wanted to engage. And your focus is back on that task. The goal here is just to notice these different pulls on our attention, different types of attention that get activated. Just remembering that our capacity to sort of focus on what it is that we want to accomplish, it's a choice that we can make. It's paramount to our subjective experience, and in that sense, attention really is what determines what that experience is all about. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale, keeping your attention on the sensation of air leaving the body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, out, and staying with the sensation of air leaving the lungs, the belly, passing through the nose or the mouth. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Come on back. Yeah, we're out of time. Yeah, hope that wasn't too, I don't know, academic or mechanical, but yeah, I think it's helpful to remember these different flavors and just to be aware of what it feels like to be in those different situations. So hope that worked, and hope to see you tomorrow. Take care,
That
everyone.
was great. Thank